Howdy folks, Richie aka Bog Otter here, back with another Bog vlog. Today I want to give you guys a channel update and go over the events of April 2014, talk about the YouTube channel, what's been going on with me, what's going on in May, what do we have to look forward to in May. But before we get into that, I kind of want to jump into some statistics for the channel. I'm a big statistics nerd, and we hit a couple huge milestones in April. The first of which is we hit 3 million. Yes, this kind of million. 3 million video views on the channel since its inception. That's hard to say, since its inception. And that is just, wow, that's incredible. And we also hit the 18,000 and 19,000 subscriber thresholds. In fact, right now, as of recording, 19,454 subscribers. We're almost to that arbitrary milestone of 20,000 subscribers. So I just want to say upfront, huge thank you. As always, you guys continue to inspire me with your support, your kind words, your comments, your sharing of the videos, all this kind of stuff. I really appreciate it. I could not do this at all without you guys. So thank you so much. And let's jump into some more of the juicy statistics. Now, for those of you who've been following the Bog vlogs, month by month since I've been doing them at the start of this year, you already know that month to month, I'm having really good success so far this year. And January was one of my biggest months ever. I beat January in almost every category in February. And March was still pretty good, probably on par with January, but not as good as February. But April, I pretty much beats all of the months so far this year in every category. And for example, we had 262,000 views just in the month of April. And that is just insane. That's up from March. We had 237,000, so that's about, I don't know, roughly like 25,000 or so more video views. We also got 1,932 new subscribers in April, so it's almost 2,000. And 1,350 subs was from March, so pretty big jump there as well. So overall, I'm just really, really pleased with how the channel's been going. The top 10 videos in April, it's kind of interesting. 6 of them were WildStar, 2 of them were Hearthstone, and 2 of them were Guild Wars 2. But 4 of those top 10 were old videos that I did in December. So there has been, I don't know exactly how it works, but it seems like once a certain video gets enough engagement, and that's with people hitting like, favoriting, sharing, and commenting on it, once they hit a certain level of engagement and there's a certain number of views, it kind of just takes on a life of its own, and it gets brought up in search results on YouTube and in Google a lot more often. And it's one, if it gets on like the first page of one of a search term, it just seems like those videos just take off and consistently hit big numbers. Because, for example, one of the first WildStar live stream cuts I did, my very first Stalker episode, that is consistently this entire year has been the #1 video each month in terms of number of views. And I haven't checked it recently, but last I checked it was like over 70,000 views on that thing. A couple of my Hearthstone videos, my Hearthstone basic mage deck, basic druid deck, both of those are getting tons of views, and those were both done in December. And so I have a couple of those videos, probably 4 or 5 of those videos that I did in December or early January that have just consistently been in this top 10, even though they're kind of old videos. I'd like to have more of those type of videos because they're really kind of cool, but it's hard to predict like what's going to catch on and what's not. And sometimes you don't know that a video is going to catch on until it's already been out there for a while, and then you start to see it. So, but it's always interesting to kind of follow that. Now, there's a couple things that really helped April out, and I want to kind of mention them and kind of say thank you to some of them. One of them is massively gave me a lot of love, and one of the things was I left on good terms when I was laid off with Massively. I talked to my editor-in-chief Bree quite a bit, and she was really nice. And I told her, if you ever see a video of mine that goes through up on the YouTube channel that you guys can use, to get some traffic to Massively, go ahead and post it and just link to me. And they embed my videos, and that counts, towards my channel getting views and stuff like that. And there were quite a few videos, WildStar related videos mostly, but I think at least one Guild Wars 2 one as well that they posted in April, probably 4 or 5 different videos in April, and that's just really great, and that helps me out. The other cool thing, and this was just out of nowhere, to be honest. Blizzard actually posted some of my Hearthstone videos. They did it on one of the community managers posted some of my basic deck guides on the Battle.net forums. And then they even Facebooked one of my basic training decks. You might have seen sometime in April, I just tweeted out, I'm getting a ton of new subscribers today. Not sure where it's coming from. Well, it turned out that Blizzard posted on Blizzard on the Hearthstone Facebook page. They posted one of my basic deck guides, and I think I got, I don't know, something like 150 new subscribers that day, which was a lot for one day. So that was amazing that Blizzard posted my videos in various places. But what's amazing about that is I didn't ask for it. I didn't seek it out. I didn't, do anything to kind of, advertise myself. It just happened naturally. And that feels so good to do, because I feel like a lot of times, like I post my videos on my social network places a lot. And I go to certain forums and certain, fan sites, and I post my videos to try to get it out there. And I do, I try to do some self-promotion. It's not something I enjoy doing. It's not something I'm comfortable doing. But, if I've made contacts at PR firms or at different developers, sometimes if I'm particularly, proud of a video, I might say, hey, look, ArenaNet, I did a Guild Wars 2 Boomerang video, do you like this kind of thing? And, sometimes they'll help me promote it, and sometimes they don't, and that's just kind of how that works. But what I loved about the Hearthstone videos for Blizzard is that all I did was make the videos and put them on my channel, and I guess they were appreciated, and it really has a huge impact when the developer supports some of your work, and actually puts out something like that. So massively thanks to Blizzard for helping me get those out, and thanks to ArenaNet and Carbine as well, because they've also advertised my streams or retweeted some of my videos, and so I'm feeling the love. It's basically what long-winded thing. I'm feeling the love, and people are helping, and that's awesome because the channel is growing as a result. So let's talk about things that happened in April. Obviously, I went to PAX East. I already did a bog vlog on PAX East, so if you want to know everything that happened to me at PAX East, I recommend you go check out that video in the playlist. I'm not going to recap everything, but just in general, PAX East was amazing. It was an experience where, you know what, I had to step outside of my comfort zone a lot. I had to put myself out there a lot. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but every time I kind of overcame some fear or some anxiety of something, it actually paid off much more than I could, ever imagine. So I came away meeting some amazing people at that event, and, I will cherish the memories I have from PAX East 2014 for a very, very long time. Now, when I came home, I did a whole bunch of videos from PAX East, and those did very well. I did a couple exclusive interviews of some developers. But one thing I want to mention specifically, because it might have been a little bit confusing. I got some comments on it. One of the videos that I did was on an indie game that's a Kickstarter miniature strategy game called Prodigy. And I did a video on that. And if you actually watch that video, the intro is something you never saw before. It was for Shoost. It was for Shoost Gaming. It's a gaming website. So I wanted to kind of explain what Shoost is. So Sean Schuster, who used to be my boss at Massively, but then we worked together at Massively. He's an awesome guy. He was also the creator of Guildcast before it was on Gamebreaker, and he's actually the guy that got me the hosting job on Gamebreaker as part of Guildcast. I kind of replaced him in that role. So Sean Schuster and I have been friends and colleagues for a while. He has a project, a website called shoost.co, where he just has a whole bunch of different authors and streamers and reviewers and columnists and stuff, and they review and look at indie games on that site. And he asked me if I wanted to ever do any video content for his site, and I said sure, but I don't really cover a lot of indie games, at least right now. But it turned out when I was at PAX, I met with an indie developer and I got a demonstration and stuff, so it really fit. So he sent me over the intro and stuff like that, and basically what it was I made the video and I branded it with the Shoost stuff, and he featured the video on Shoost.co, and so we kind of cross-promoted. So I got to put the video on my channel, so I still got to show you guys all of that, which was cool, and he got to post the video on his website, and we cross-promoted. So that's what that is. So if you ever see Shoost.co branding on one of my videos, it's because I'm covering an indie game, and they are featuring it over on that website. So go over to that website and check it out, because it is pretty awesome up there, and I'd like to see Sean be very successful in that endeavor over there. So that kind of explains Shoost. All right, a quick update on Patreon. For those of you who don't know what that is, there's links to it in the description below. You can go over and check out my Patreon campaign, but it's basically a way for viewers to support my work directly if they enjoy it and actually earn some cool rewards at the same time. I think as of right now, I have 35 people supporting me on Patreon, so thank you so much. I'm doing a giveaway of a WildStar plushie. I already did a bunch of giveaways earlier in April, but this one is exclusive to Patreon patrons only. It's going to run from now until Sunday. All you have to do is post a comment on my Patreon page. So you have to actually pledge at least $1 a month. You can cancel that at any time to be eligible for this. But if you really want to get your hands on a WildStar WildStar plushie, you could have as good as a 1 in 35 chance, maybe even a better chance than that if you kind of jump over there. But in general, I'm pretty happy with how it's going. It seems like the folks that are in that community are having a lot of fun too. We get our own little kind of like a Facebook feed, but it's called a patron-only feed where we can kind of talk about different things and they can ask questions and stuff like that. And so I'm having a good time with the Patreon feed, and I hope the people out there that are pledging and supporting my work feel like they're getting some value out of being one of my otters. So yeah, huge thank you to those folks who are supporting me over there. Now, live streaming. In April, I didn't really do a ton of live streaming. In fact, I did a couple live streams this week, and that might have been more than I did most of the month put together. I say this every month. I want to get into streaming more often. I'm finding it hard to commit to an actual stream schedule. I feel like as soon as I put a schedule out there, it's going to have to be changed. My kids will have spring break, or somebody will be homesick, or they'll have a half day, or we'll have, a championship soccer game at night, or, something will happen. So I feel like my life, I don't know if it allows for a set schedule, but I'm going to keep trying to stream more often. I actually worked on some setting changes this week. A friend of mine helped me out, tweak some things, and because I had a really bad stream a few nights ago where it was just really choppy and laggy and it just wasn't good quality. But we tweaked some things, fixed some things, and I had a stream earlier today with, actually, it'll be yesterday by the time this video comes out. I had a stream with Aurora Peachy, and we actually had dual cameras running, and we played Guild Wars 2 for like 2.5 hours, and we had a whole bunch of people like following us on the stream, and it was a really good time, and it was really smooth, and it went well. So I think doing more like a collaboration live stream like that was really fun, and I don't know, I had a really good time, and I got something like 50 new followers on Twitch. If you don't follow me on Twitch, go to twitch.tv/bogotter. And I'm going to try to get my partnership over there eventually. And that would be a really cool way to have just another area of success. I would like to build Patreon and YouTube and twitch.tv up. And yeah. So I think I've been talking for a while. Let's just look forward into May. May is going to be a busy month for me personally. I've got my older son's birthday in May. I've got a nephew birthday in May. My younger son is actually celebrating his communion soon. I'm having my mother-in-law and sister-in-law visit from out of town for a while in May. And yeah, things are just going to be busy. So that may disrupt the video schedule a little bit. I'm not sure what kind of an impact, but fortunately, things clear up by the end of the month, and right at the end of the month, we got the WildStar launch. So that's going to be crazy. I'm still trying to figure out a game plan of how much am I going to be playing WildStar, streaming WildStar versus making video content. I get nervous around the launches of the game that I follow pre-launch, because especially with Guild Wars 2, I failed hard on on capitalizing on the newness of a game coming out. It didn't help that I had account issues, and I basically lost like 10 to 12 days worth of progress. But I feel like the launch of a game is when I do poorest, because I don't have as much free time as I want. I can't just play for hours and hours and hours, get to end game, as one of the first people to get there, and then make content, about all that stuff. So I am a little bit nervous for the launch, but I am excited as well. And we should also be seeing some Guild Wars 2 stuff. Hopefully we start Season 2 soon. I would imagine it would start sometime in May. I can't imagine that we're going to go the whole month of May without seeing a new patch or something. The feature pack was really cool. I really dig a lot of the stuff that's going on with that, but we really need to see some new content now. And Guild Wars 2 just launched in China. They actually did their, it's kind of like a soft launch. It's like a head start leading into the open beta, which is I think on the 15th of May or so. So, with that launch getting underway, that's really when we can start seeing some new content for Guild Wars 2. Because when I talked to Colin Johansson at PAX East, he said one of the important things about the China launch is the fact that they got a lot of feedback when they were doing research about why a lot of North American MMOs don't really make it over in China. And it's because a lot of times there's a lag in the content. So there might be like months, they might be months behind what North American servers content has, or sometimes even a year or an expansion behind in certain games, and they don't think that's respectful. They don't like that at all. So what they're trying to do with Guild Wars 2 in China is have maybe only a few days lag on the content. So if we get a new content patch with like new living story stuff in it, then a couple days later the Chinese servers will get the same content, and that's going to be really cool. So we are kind of tied to that, I think, in a way. So we're not going to really see, I think, season 2 really kick off until China is ready to receive that content, and that'll kind of be like season 1 for them. And for anybody who might be thinking like, oh, well, so what? What's so important about the China launch? Well, you got to keep in mind that you've heard for years and years now that like, oh, World of Warcraft is so huge and they have 12 million subscribers and it's the biggest game in the world. Well, what a lot of people might not realize is like most of those subscribers were for are in like China and the eastern region. And it's probably something like 7 or 8 million of those subscribers when they were at 12 were from that region. So I don't think we're going to get near those numbers in Guild Wars 2, but they've already announced that there's like been 500,000 pre-orders or something from China alone. So the success of the China launch for Guild Wars 2 is going to really help ArenaNet to provide more for everybody, right? So I think it's good to kind of support them in the China launch and be hopeful that it goes really well. And even if it's not directly giving us new stuff right at this moment, it can really set the tone for the future success of the company and the game. So I'm pretty excited about it, and I can't wait to hear how it goes. So I've been rambling for a long time. I'm trying to think, was there anything else I needed to discuss? I don't think so. Well, again, just thank you so much. It was a great April. I look forward to May. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments field below. And guys, if you're a subscriber and you don't follow me on Twitter, I recommend you do so because I post there quite frequently, almost every single day. That's at Richie Procopio. Follow me on Twitter. You can also jump on my Facebook page, facebook.com/BogOtter. I post pictures and screenshots and other fun stuff over there. And Twitch, twitch.tv/BogOtter, so you can be notified when I go live with future stream shows. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.